Ты знаешь, знаешь, вся в твоих руках, все в твоих руках, и даже я послушаю. В твоих руках, в твоих руках, в твоих руках, в твоих руках, в твоих руках. Ты знаешь, в твоих руках, в твоих руках, в твоих руках, в твоих руках, в твоих руках. Послушай, все в твоих руках, все в твоих руках, все в твоих руках. Ты знаешь, все в твоих руках, все в твоих руках, и даже я.
The music has been lowered, and you know what that means. It's time to show that Tri-Fam love in the chat, please! Oh my god, is there a horrible echo? Hold on one second. God, is there a horrible echo? Hold on. Anyways, I hope you are all doing fantastically tonight. We're thrilled to have you all here, so without further ado, let's get into it with our very, very, very special guest, the one, the only Mr. Nova!
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is us back again for the, I don't know, 12th time, I believe? 11th time?
12th time? Nick, what? No, we're like 7 months in. This
7,000 times.
Look at the title of the stream, you would know that it's actually our 17th show. So.
17th time. So anyway, welcome in. As you see, we have a special guest up at the top. So before we get into our normal introductions, we're gonna go ahead and take all of our hats / headphones off for Nova Knox, but keep them on because he actually won't be able to hear you. What's up, Nova?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
So, hey, no problem at all. Tell the people a little bit about yourself. You don't have to go too far in depth, but you know where they can find you, all that good jazz.
So my name is Nova. You can find me over on my Twitch channel, which is Nova_Knox TCV. I'm a variety streamer, and I play many games.
All right.
And that's all you need to know about this guy.
That's all you needed to know.
All the rest of it, including his accent and where he's from, can pick up at a later point in time.
Hey man, it's like we don't have to ask about his accent. We know where he's from. We looked it up on a map.
Listen, I'm sorry once again. I don't know where he's from, but in this situation, that's
he's from Cyberpunk. He told me exactly where he's from. He's like, "Hey, I'm from Cyberpunk," and I was like, "Cyberpunk?" He was like, "Cyberpunk." I was like, "Damn, that's crazy."
That's exactly how the conversation went. Word for word.
Word for word. And then starting off to my middle.
I was there actually. That was weird.
Starting off to my middle, the man with the $1 million plan, Mr. Kill Him Slowly. How you feeling?
Yo, what's good, everybody? How you feeling? It's me, your boy. Kill him slowly. You know. Continue.
All right, and all the way to my right, the other bespectacled gentleman.
Hello, everybody. My name is. I am. Happy to have you.
Yeah. And I am the highest, the flyest, the guyest, the highest of all timest, and I'm ready to get this show underway. So, without further ado, moving into our first subject of the day, we are talking about some crazy Destiny news. So, what popped up over the airwaves is that there was a gentleman who decided to do DMCA strikes of Destiny that probably did about over, I think it was 100, right? If I'm not mistaken, or close to 100. He did a lot where he was illegally taking down people's Destiny YouTube videos with DMCA copyright strikes, and then Destiny finally caught up with him, and now he's in the middle of a $7.6 million lawsuit. How are we feeling about this? I'll kick it off with our middleman, Mr. Malik.
So this man's an idiot. Like, why would you? Like, going into a little like bit of details for this story, why would you, a Destiny like content creator, someone who's like partnered up with Bungie themselves, go around like flagrantly just like making false DMCA claims and then saying that it wasn't you? Like I just, and then like playing the victim role in all this too. It's just like, why would you do this? I mean, I don't know, man. I get it, kind of, if you're like just sitting there trying to be a martyr for a situation that you're trying to make people aware of, you know, with the DMCA and how like YouTube is really abused that way. But like, why would you sacrifice yourself like that? Why would you lie to those people on top of that? This is something that you could have just like straight up told them about that you were gonna do, and like force YouTube to change it. You know,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's weird. I'm not gonna go on like the derailment of that it's dumb, like, because it's more just like why. Like I don't understand the reason why you did this. Like, was there some money involved? Was it like a revenge play against Bungie? You know, did somebody sleep with somebody's wife? Like, what happened in order to get us to this particular set of circumstances that we land ourselves in now? Because it seems like this man was on a mission for something. You know what I mean?
well,
So what that something was, I have no idea.
$7.6 million lawsuit. That was that something.
I gotta be honest with you. While I realize this ultimately, like, there's a lot of casualties. Almost as holy. No, actually, it was even out. But I can see what his thinking was, and I gotta say, what's done is done. Whether it was the best way it could have gone down or the worst way it could have gone down, and it probably was the worst way. Nonetheless, was, first of all, a huge shout out to Tiggs for that follow. Thank you so much for it. Welcome to the Sky Fam.
Welcome in, Tiggs.
Anyway, no, but I mean, okay, so think about it, right? What bigger way to call attention to the, like, completely unclear YouTube and the disconnects between Google, YouTube, all the different, like, all of that, by striking down a huge player. I grant you, I'm not condoning the act by any means, but what I am saying is that it possibly was effective. That's what his intentions were, to call attention to the like, horrendousness of the system that is copyright.
I mean,
Before we start going off, let's let Nova get his thoughts in. I'm sure you gathered some context clues, Mr. Nova Knox.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously some backstory for it. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I think hasn't been announced on the subject. So why in the first place go around and DMCA people for it? What is the reason behind it?
Yeah.
I don't personally understand why they would, being partnered with Bungie themselves, go around and DMCA people who are using the music.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, he hasn't made a statement himself, so Mr. Minor, we can just wait around for that and see what he has to say before we actually make some type of judgment. But
Yeah, I think we're all saying pretty much the same thing here. Ultimately, is like why? Like we want to know what was going through this man's head and what happened in order to like get him to this point. You know what I mean? It's like, is it anger? Is it betrayal? Is it sadness? Is it, he just wants to watch the world burn? Did he watch a couple episodes of like, what's that show, Mr. Robot, and was like, hey, I'm gonna be that guy. You know what I mean? I'm not entirely sure, but it was looking a little rough, rugged, and raw. And then I guess I'm gonna pose this question to you guys: do you think that the $7.6 million lawsuit is appropriate for the actions that were at play.
I mean, I feel like that's just a statement like against people who go around abusing the DMCA laws. Like I feel like Bungie as a company is like, hey, if any of you idiots think you want to do this again, like we're just gonna sue you for like an obscene amount. I'm pretty sure he's not really gonna pay that amount. Like he'll get settled like out of court. Definitely for something way smaller, but
We have
Making a statement that is-
we have to acknowledge Dice's joke because she's been trying to get out of it for a while. It's for one shiny angle.
yeah, I saw it. Savage.
It's like I'm just trying to complete my set, man. Yeah. So wait. Go ahead. Nova, you were saying something. Sorry.
I feel like they're probably making an example out of this being the first experience that they've had with it. They're probably just ending up making an example out of the person that's done it.
Yeah. Yo, Will, we're chugging a lot. Will?
Yes, we are. Is-
Bear with us, folks.
Bear with us. Sorry.
How's the audio? Make sure this audio is don't want to be a bear. Okay, well then you can raccoon with us. How about that?
Is that better?
Okay, so wait, the audio is fine, but
Yeah, it's just the video that's chugging.
all right. Well, guess we keep going.
Alright, so here comes Dice Switch with the emotional damage.
Doesn't quit.
Emotional damage.
All right.
Hackerman. Okay, anyway, back into it. So, $7.6 million is on the line. And basically, this guy now has to fight for his life. I guess supposedly financially dying for whatever cause it was that he believed in.
I mean, it's not even just financially though. Like he was a part of the Destiny community. Like he's gonna be ostracized from like the other Destiny players for life. Like this not something people are gonna easily let go. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, but
luckily,
it's like very easy to just like walk away. I think people are making a big deal of that, but it's very easy to like walk away from that. You're just like, all right, I'm just not gonna play Destiny anymore. That's cool. Sorry, I can't do remotely shitty dances with people anymore and run raids.
nah, I mean, if you were partnered with Bungie, I think Destiny was like kind of your world. Like I don't know. Again, we haven't gotten a statement from him, so I'm just I need to know what was going through his mind. Like
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
how is all this justified?
And the number of the lawsuit is counted like for one person to have to pay that but against like this was the corporation.
Hey, Baba coming through with that Prime subscription. Baba, thank
Oh,
you.
Baba.
Shout out to Baba. Let me do that real quick. Baba, I always hate shouting out Baba because like the name is it's Baba 200 or 200.
And that's why I only type in Baba and then like just click it. That's all you gotta do. Don't type out the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, think about how many engrams he's gonna lose with that $7.6 million. You know what I mean? My man's never gonna play in a game of Gambit ever again.
Yeah. And yeah. You think he's going on any raids? Never. He gonna have to solo everything. Actually, I mean, he'll probably just change his gamer tag and shit.
Isn't the lawsuit enough? Like, if he wants to continue to play your game,
Nah,
he'll kick
the
him off.
lawsuit is Bungie's punishment, not the Destiny community's punishment. Like, you gotta think about that. Like, you're gonna get punished by Bungie and the community. Like, he did things to fuck with the community, which is something I'm wholeheartedly against. Even if you want to prove a point, it's like don't fuck with the community. They don't have to suffer for that.
Baba coming through with the 400 bitties. Thank you so much, Baba. Seriously, man, you spoil us. You spoiled me so good.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you so much.
So that's the price of one blue. The price is too stiff. It's way too high, dice. I'm sorry.
Any final thoughts or any additional thoughts that we want to add on Destiny Strikes Down YouTube? I feel like we covered it. You know, dude's about to burn the 7-layer hell according to the Destiny fans.
Hey. I mean, I'm good. I don't really have many more thoughts. Nova, Will?
No, no more thoughts on it.
I just want to hear his statement.
Yeah.
Hearing his side of things might clear up a lot of things.
Tell us what happened.
Why you do this?
Coming up next, we got a new game coming out, fighting game this time, by the name of DNF Duel. It's a new. It's another fighting game that seems to be taking over the world right now. Long story short, it's made by the same people who made the Guilty Gear games and a bunch of other anime games that you're familiar with. And people have been super into it. It seems to be very user-friendly, as well as using very standard archetypes of characters. Like, instead of having like characters named Scorpion or Sub-Zero or some crazy shit like that, they just have names like Fighter, Striker, Brawler.
I'm upset you're saying this with a straight face, but yeah, okay, continue.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it. So Malik, why don't you kick us off on this one? Because I know this is your shit right here.
So like, I think a lot of fighting games have generic names. So I mean, we'll just go with that. But besides that, this was made by the devs who did MVC3, and I mean, you can see a lot of it in here. Especially when it comes down to like how the game is actually played. Like, you think it'd be pretty simple with this game having like one button specials and such. When I say one button specials, it's like if you notice this character in the back, how she's just like shooting like giants, shit like that, and like how they're doing things like this, it's all like done with like single buttons. But
well, remember, our community right now is looking at this almost like it's a slideshow. So
yeah. Wait, I thought they said the video smoothed out.
do you just not look?
I mean, it doesn't look like I do look. I'm looking at it right now. Video's nice and smooth.
It just started moving smooth.
I see. I'm looking at it and it's smooth, so I'm correct. See, so all right. I vote to say that was Julian trying to derail, not me this time.
That's not a derailment.
Yeah, I think yes.
Well, we have the alternative. I can.
Why don't you try just taking it off of out of the Discord as well? See if that's like chugging it a little bit. Okay, like, it's okay. We just won't hear the sound alerts.
Oh, stop streaming it.
Stop streaming. Oh wait, but if you do that, no
mess
wait.
up the video box. Fine. It's...
Yeah, we'll live. It's killing. If he looks away, it lags. You have to look at the stream, Malik.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna stare at the screen just for you. All right. So, wow, this is sad. So, DNF was made by the same people who made.
Wait, don't look away.
I'm not looking away. I'm looking directly at the stream. See okay, you see, I'm not looking at y'all. Jesus. Anywho, it's a good game. Somebody else talk.
It's a good
okay,
game.
So I guess
somebody else talk.
Good, great review. This is why we podcast, people. So from what I've seen the DNF the Duel, I think this is gonna be a nice entry point for fighting games. For a lot of people, anime fighters seem to always kind of be that way. Look at games like Blaze Blue, Melty Blood, Guilty Gear have always been nice ways for people to get into fighting games and do really cool shit without really like having to like work super hard for it. And the community, the fighting game at large seems to recommend this game. So I think I personally am gonna pick it up. and I want to see. Again, I think a lot of these games are going to come down to overall support over the course of their lifespan. If these games aren't supported well, like, you know, they'll drop by the wayside, and that goes for fighting games and regular games. So let's get some more content in there. You know what I mean? Maybe you need Fighter 2 or Striker 1, Striker 4 or whatever, but get them in there. I'm gonna slide it on over to Nova. Do you like what you see so far, big boy?
I mean, to be fair, like the fighting games I've only ever really played have been like Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. Some of the like the really higher fighting games. It's not something that I personally would go and play, but I really quite like the style of it, like the anime sort of like cartoonish sort of style of it. I really like that. It does actually look like you're watching an anime fight scene in some instances, like some of the super moves that they have, like. Obviously, they're just doing the standard moves at the moment, but I've seen a few of the super moves that they have, and they do look really cool, actually. Again, it's probably not something that I would personally pick up, as it isn't my sort of area of playstyle, but I've got to give it to it. It does look like a really good game.
The combat fighting scene.
I mean, you have a build.
Add a combat in there.
Come on, it's fighting waifus. Look.
Alright, well, I know you're as the resident expert on fighting games.
Yes.
I got it.
Somebody does some points. I have to say,
Oh my god.
no, I mean seriously though, like you know me, I'm not big into fighting, but like the art scene looks amazing. Like I always kind of like this style of fighting game. Again, not to say Tekken is. I guess if there gives me vibes of this weirdly specific game from my childhood, basically kind of the very classic. I feel like it's what a comic book character would actually.
See, I get a feeling after getting to know Will after all this time, you know what I mean, that Will hasn't been introduced to the right character yet, right? Like, so when we did the Street Fighter 6,
I played Alan.
well, hold on. So once
It's not for, I don't think it's from Street Fighter, but I like in terms of a fighting
Are
game.
you talking about Skullgirls?
But no.
Valentine? Okay.
I don't know. But
It's, whichever one Graham has.
yeah, so what I learned about Will is, like, once Will saw Street Fighter 6, he wasn't like, you know, like, he was hyped for us, but he wasn't hyped for the game. But then he saw Thunder Thighs Chun-Li, and his whole world changed.
True.
And listen, I'm not mad at you.
Did you see they bind together?
Hey, yo.
Somebody really down with that one.
Those are a lot of polygons.
I bet you in 3 months it's gonna get nerfed. I bet you there's gonna be complaints and articles about it.
Yeah. So all we've gotta do for DNF is show him Striker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
see?
know what you're talking about, man. This purple hair, or pink hair, like this pink, purple, whatever,
That's
violet.
exactly what Striker is.
That's okay, yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, look, there you go, Striker. Okay.
See, you have seen we found his entry point.
My DNF waifu.
So now we'll get him into the game. All right, God,
Yeah.
like I would be remiss if we like showed like Will biking. Hell, if I see biking, you know what I mean. I know it's going down. If you've never actually seen biking Will, it would behoove you actually if you just picked up your phone one time and just search that character. It's fucking ridiculous.
Don't even care she only got one arm.
You don't even notice. But I think I'll pose this question to our, because we have two like fighting game players, and then two we'll call you non-fighting game players for now, right? What do you guys feel is like the lack of interest or the barrier of entry that is too costly to pay with fighting games as a whole?
In my opinion, having played similar fighting games, is in like the type of playstyle that you have is, in my personal opinion, once you've played one, you've kind of played them all. Obviously, the move set is going to be different for different characters, and the different characters are going to have different moves. But essentially, once you've played one, you've played them all.
Okay. I am going to actually sort of in that vein, at sort of like my genre. Don't mean like it's at the end of the day, it's and I'm not saying that I couldn't like learn it and get into it, and I don't particularly have the
That's 100% fair. I was just curious as to where you guys came from on this. Like for me, one of the reasons that I really do love fighting games is actually because of the variety of different kind of fighting games you can play. Whether it be regular fighters or tag fighters or anime fighters or 3D fighters, 2D fighters. I mean, you name it. Like the list goes on with the different types you can have. I look at games like this. And it plays total.
Sorry, hold on one second. To answer your question, Dice. Apparently, I was cutting out a lot. I had said simply that it is. I could learn the move sets to become proficient or playable or good or whatever at them, but it's never really been my interest.
Stream did not care for whatever Will said.
It always happens, so.
Yeah, and but I've noticed usually like once you get, I guess, past like a certain level of playing, that I've noticed that a lot of people take interest. But like I feel like that initial barrier of entry for people, especially when you're looking at a game that's like online, you know what I mean? Like definitely can like turn people away from time to time.
Yeah, I fully get how like the notion that fighting games are one-dimensional in the sense that the only point to a fighting game is to fight. Like that's it. Like you're not doing anything else. You're not exploring. You're not looking for anything. You're not challenging. Well, you are challenging yourself in a specific way, but not the same way you would in other games. So I can totally understand like how for Nova that's a hurdle for you to get into these types of games. And yeah, definitely fighting game mechanics can be really complex, especially when you start playing and like trying to get to higher levels. So Will, I definitely feel you there, but I don't know, I'm definitely with Kai. Like I think like those are the reasons why I play, like just the exact reasons why like you guys don't like these games or like have a hurdle.
The reasons why you like them.
Yeah, exactly. They're amazing. Plus, I'm a mechanics nut. Like, I like how game mechanics work, and fighting games like really keep you on your toes.
It's probably the purest form of game mechanics. You know what I mean? Because it's like the things that people like learn in these types of games, how to string combos together. Like they know exact frame data for when a move starts and stops. It kind of reminds me similar to like the
The
speedrunner
Dark Souls
communities.
and Elden Ring communities would like a word with you, Kai.
Funny enough, it's like learning a language. Like when you start learning fighting games and like how they work and what things supposed to do, like OTGs, OEs, like stuff like that.
Like, and what I was gonna say was, I guess I kind of feel like the same way. Actually, it's funny because you brought that up, but I would kind of feel the same way about like like Souls-like games or roguelike games that you guys, I guess, feel about fighting games, and I also feel that about like the sons of Minecraft, pretty much. Like your Minecrafts, your Valheims, your forests, your pretty much any of those games. I'm like, if I play one, I pretty much play.
I like
all.
it just went from your Minecraft to your Valheims to your forests. Anything with a forest in it, you're fucked.
No, the forest. It's a game.
Oh, the game, the forest.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I played all these games, so
Yeah, all of them are good. Well, I haven't. No, I mean, I've played. I've owned.
nah. I had Minecraft. I played. I was into it for a little bit. Never again.
This is the thing with Minecraft. You can't just play it and put it down. You play it religiously for a good week or month, and then you go off it completely. You don't play it for a while.
That's kind of like me.
Yes. Any game, any Sims game.
You know,
Yeah.
I just haven't found that. Not to completely derail. I just have not found that same.
But it's what we do. I mean, I think you find your genre of game or genres of game that you can tolerate. You know what I mean? And then you kind of are like, okay, everything else is just kind of like other. You know what I mean? Like you give stuff a chance, but you're just like, do I really?
Well, here's the thing though, cause like I like Super Smash well. I don't play it. I don't really play it, but like, if I had a copy of it, I'm not opposed to getting. I would definitely. I think it's very specifically that I just could never figure out the combos or the timing of things, and like it took me like 10 years by itself just for me to realize like what all the various symbols meant. And like I get that like it's obviously like it's like common knowledge to anybody that plays a game, but to me I'm just seeing like multicolored pointed arrows and like letters that have no resemblance to the game controls on my gamepad. So like I have no idea what's going on. But that's not to say that like I don't appreciate them for that exact reason. I'm just like eh.
I dig.
There's lots of other games out there for me.
All right, so what do we think? Final thoughts on DNF and fighting games as a whole? Like, well, let's start with final thoughts on DNF. We'll start with my man Nova Knox on a scale of let's do one to 4 this time. Scale of 1 to 4. How you feeling about DNF?
I mean,
Make it more difficult.
I'd probably give it maybe a 2, just pure for the fact that it's personal opinion on it. It does look like a visually beautiful game, but again, it's not for me. It's not my type of style. As I said, once I've seen a fighting game like this, I've kind of seen them all. So I'm not saying it's like a complete no. It's like like a 0 or a 1. It's still, they've still put some effort into making it, and it does look really good.
Oh yeah. All right, Will, on a scale of 1 to 95,000.
I'm gonna
How do you feel?
Sorry,
I like how you just-
no, sorry, I'm sorry. A 28 out of
28 out of 36.
Why? Okay.
All right, Malik, just go ahead. Since I just get overruled here, just go ahead and make up your own number. What's your rank?
I'm here for it. I like DNF. I think it's a cool game. That's my rating system. It's like,
Your numerical rating system is words.
yes.
I'm gonna give it a
Thumbs up.
European corn hen out of a European style traffic cone.
I didn't understand any of that, and I don't think I want to. I really do.
All I'm gonna trade 2 goats and a pack of skull. That's my that's my
This is not a
rating.
rating barter system. They're not doing that now. This is supposed to be rating a video game.
Since convention is out the window, I'm about to say what I want to say.
I give this a striker out of a grappler.
Oh man, you know I'm gonna give this game a country music award.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm gonna give it an Oscar to the face.
On
You offered me a reward, an award, but like
a scale of YouTube awards to Grammys, how do you rate this? I'm giving it a BET award.
once again, I'm not sure if that's a good thing.
Where does
or a
that?
bad thing.
I'm
Where does
giving
that
this.
come
I'm giving this a purple heart.
Alright. Joke is dead. Joke is dead. We killed
Oh
it.
my god, no pun intended.
Speaking about things that were dead, but then they got revived. Overwatch 2, ladies and gentlemen. The beta is back open. We've got some more news on Overwatch 2, mainly from the new character that has been released in Junker Queen, as well as the beta is now open for people specifically who have paid the $40 like founders pack fee, and then also it will be available to.
Bought the first copy.
No, this was strictly for early access. They said if you wanted to be guaranteed early access, you would buy the founders pack basically, and that would allow you to have access to the game like right now, and I think up until launch. So, yeah, like I said, new character, tank character is out. Junker Queen, she looks pretty sick. I got a chance to got some hands-on time with her. She seems like really busted. I'm not gonna lie to you. She's like a mix between Roadhog, Reinhardt, and Reaper, and just in all like the best ways. And unfortunately for a lot of people who play her, they have not figured out how to deal with her yet. A couple new maps have been added. The new skins have been added. The overworld has been transformed a little bit. So a lot to talk about though on this one. Let's kick it off with Kill 'Em Slowly. What do you think about the new stuff that got added to Overwatch 2? And also the fact that the single player isn't coming out with the main game. That is a big thing we need to talk about too.
One, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Two, I'm just like I'm excited to hear you, Ty. You're accepting this as Overwatch 2.
You're stupid.
And
So
yes,
this is how you're gonna play this
and
game,
yes, he had it happen anyway. We're so close.
I mean, yeah, those are my thoughts for now.
All right, moving on to Will. How do you feel about Overwatch 2, the beta, and the news that we've gotten so far?
No, I'm kidding.
I'm about to say we're really like school projecting this in right now.
No, I mean, I think that the notion that they're, first of all, I happen to agree, it doesn't really sound like this is an entirely new game, and I think that kind of is as insult to injury that they are taking away Overwatch 1. Like, I get why from their perspective, but they're not giving a crap at all about the perspective of people that spent money on their product and that technically own that copy. Like, the fact that you taking that away from somebody without giving them education, kind of, I don't know. I guess I'm just glad I never bought it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, as far as like them completely overhauling it, that's cool. The beta had mixed reviews. We're thrilled with the things that they did and crapped on it. Kind of curious to just, not that it's gonna really change all that much, I believe, that anything at all, but just like, I guess how the community.
Yeah. Nova, Overwatch 2.
So, I've only recently got into Overwatch 1 itself. I haven't been playing it long, and I've heard, with the people that I play Overwatch with, I've heard many different things about Overwatch 2 being released and how they were going to be having a single player and an online multiplayer game mode, and how they were going to be coming out. And I believe the online multiplayer would be free, and the single player itself would be paid for. But I was not aware of the removal of the servers for Overwatch 1. And after hearing it, my question is why?
Yeah.
Because from what I've heard, the only thing they're really adding to it and creating an Overwatch 2 is new characters and new maps. What else are they bringing that's going to be exceptionally different for all the Overwatch fans to shell out and buy a brand new game?
Well, the trick is now they don't have to buy it. So, yeah.
Yeah, the single player mode. I mean, like, because obviously the single player mode itself is going to be
like even
they
in
have to
that
pay for.
situation,
and then,
like
yeah,
even if you
then-
gave them a discounted rate, like on their first Watch 1.
Yeah, now I'm even more confused. So I'm gonna have to buy the single player, but not the game. But you're also gonna take away the servers.
Is that wait, pause. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, someone please someone check. Cause like, what? Like, that's a lot.
Because I've been tracking this. Yeah, they have not stated yet if you were going to have to buy the single player. They just said it's to be announced whether or not you're going to actually have to pay for it. So for now, that is a rumor.
But if they've already announced that the multiplayer is going to be free to play, why not just also announce that the no?
They
probably
well, hold on, because that's a
the full Fortnite thing. Like you gotta buy Save the World, but you can play Fortnite for free.
again, but you're going off of an assumption that you don't know is necessarily true yet. And if that was the case, in my actual opinion, the only part of the game that is like 100% from the ground up new would be the single player edition. So if you had to pay for it and like say a DLC style thing, you've had to do this in games for literal like decades at this point now, right? Or a decade at least at this point. Like nobody like complaining when like BioShock was like, you know, like things that.
So
Yeah.
long too. It lasts for
Yeah.
such a long time.
How long this is every time.
Yeah, nobody complaining when like BioShock came out with like DLC, and then you're like, oh, you have to pay for that. It's like, yeah,
Well, that's downloadable content here. Like that's not what I'm. So that's not the point I'm like shooting for here. It's like, what is the purpose of pulling down the servers for the first game if everything you're doing for quote unquote the second game is just essentially like updates and DLC?
well,
like-
this part made sense to me because Overwatch has kind of always had this like theory behind it, right? So like the game is always changing and has always been growing. You can't like go back and play like versions of characters that you had previously played before. If maps got removed from rotation, you can't go back and play them in competitive. You know what I mean? Like the only thing that like fundamentally changes is like character styles, and that's happened in Overwatch 1. Symmetra has been completely reworked. Torbjorn has been completely reworked. There's been a lot of characters that have had full reworks that you can no longer access their original versions in. So this has been actually more powerful.
I mean, yeah, okay, and that's like in Overwatch 2. There's these like that's what I'm expecting in Overwatch 2 for the characters to be reworked and different in Overwatch 2. But if I want to play the Overwatch 1 version, you're essentially taking that away from me fully. Like
Yeah.
I have no, but I bought this game. I'm happy I'm getting this for free. That's fine and that's dandy. But I bought this one. Like that. Can I still have at least come on, people still play old COD. Like you can make this same argument that you're making for Overwatch 2 with Call of Duty, but people still can play old servers of Call of Duty.
Well, no, servers get taken down. You have to do like private servers, which I'm sure you.
After years though, like what was the last server that they just shut down? Modern Warfare 2 servers, I think like a couple years ago. That means like Ghost servers, Black Ops 3 servers is still up. That means
I thought Ghost servers have been down.
well, it depends. You might be right about that one. I won't hand it to Ghost. It wasn't that popular. But MW3 servers is probably still up. I know for a fact Black Ops 3 servers are still up.
And also a big thing going against that is Call of Duty. Besides for Warzone, has never been free. So
What are you I mean, it's free now though. Like you can't really make that argument. Like they did it first now. They're free.
Warzone was free. The game itself, Vanguard, is not a free game.
Yeah, there you go. So why? I paid for all these games. I understand Warzone has gone through changes and differences that you can't go back and play older versions of. Why? This is a free-to-play game and it's updated like that. You know, you spend money on the cosmetics. But all of the versions of Call of Duty that I bought with my own money, most of the servers are up. The only thing that actually like makes servers go down is like time. Like companies be like, all right, I don't want to support this anymore because it's been like this much amount of time. They only on their second game. Like I don't know, man. Titanfall 1 and 2 were two sequels of games, and you know their server was still up till you know all that shit happened with them. But like I don't know. This is weird. No other company has done something like this. Like if you sit down and like look at it like thing for thing, like no other company has done something like that.
Well, one, the core game is still there. Like if you're like the only thing that, like we said, this is more of Overwatch 1.5 than it is Overwatch 2. The biggest difference and the only thing that you're actually losing is like 6v6 capability, which you can go and do in custom games if you want to. So technically, you do still have access to the original Overwatch game. Now the characters may have been like altered slightly, but you know, like the game is still there, and you're being provided with the second game. You're not like it's not like you're just getting it and saying, oh, you just don't have a game to play anymore. It's like, no, now you have this game. So it'd be different if they said, hey, we're cutting off the servers and you have to also buy this game as well, but you don't. You just have it. Like I don't like to be, and anybody who plays like Overwatch is probably not going to have this complaint because they know like that these changes, one, aren't as monumental as like people think they are. Yes, it will change some dynamics of the game, but this is something we've been used to when roll queue came out. You know what I mean? And then what they do, they add in like the classic mode, so you can go back and play it. They've done this time over time. So for people who actually have put a serious amount of time into the game, like this isn't new for us. It's not something that people who would have bought the game in the first place would be complaining about.
Okay. I can see it from that perspective. Like, only people that complain about this are people who like are. But like, isn't that a bad thing then? Like, doesn't that shy away people who want to get into these games? Like, why are you dropping this from Philly? Like, I don't know. Probably not. To be honest.
No, when a game goes free to play, it's gonna have more people playing. That's you know, unless the game was just doing bad from the jump. You know what I mean? Like, it's different when you go from like when you go like free to play. There's a difference when you go like free to play because your game sucks, you know what I mean? Versus you go free to play because you're trying to enter a new market. No, but Willie, am I making any sense at all?
Yeah. No, I can understand it from both standpoints really. You know, people who enjoy the game and have been there from get go with Overwatch are going to be you know, hesitant about it, but also thankful that it is free. There is going to be there's going to be two different sides of it from multiple people.
Yeah.
They're going to see both sides of the argument that we've been having.
Oh, for sure. I just look at it like, okay, like under what conditions, you know what I mean, are you looking to like use Overwatch 1 in a capacity where you could not use Overwatch 2? And like the answer is like besides from some aesthetical changes and like because ranked and stuff like that would get removed out anyway. It would just be like a regular quick play thing. Like so for the most part it's going to be for a lot of people the exact same game with upgraded characters. So it's like
Can we acknowledge? No, stop. Pause it. Don't skip it. Pause it. Can we acknowledge
his T-shirt?
I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't derail shit, but come on now. This is right here in front of my face.
A T-shirt with him wearing a T-shirt
Like,
In the exact same
on,
bar,
bro.
having the exact same drink.
Like, look at that. It's a T-shirt. Him wearing a T-shirt. Of him wearing a T-shirt. Of him wearing a T-shirt, and just infinitely going through that. Like, come on, bro.
I kind of want that shirt. I'm not gonna lie.
New merch idea.
It would be a fantastic merch idea. Okay, now I kind of have to see how the rest of this plays out. We're gonna have to skip it right before it has to be.
Oh, fuck.
What is going on in this
This
person?
makes it so much worse that we can't hear it. Cause I'm like, I have no idea what is going on. Oh my god.
Okay, moment of derailment passed and gone. Actual
Even
time.
Dex is like, what the fuck? Hey, yeah.
Oh man.
But I will ask you this question, Malik, right? Like, okay, what thing are you going to be missing personally from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2? Like that like the removal that the removal of Overwatch 1 is going to hinder your experience.
Hey man, let's first start this off with I'm making this argument for the sake of, and I don't actually understand. But actually, to be honest, to like honestly answer the question, no, nothing. I mean, as long as Hammond is still like there, like in this game, and kind of the same, I'm happy. I just want my character at the end of the day.
All right, well, you got your character. All right, final thoughts. Overwatch 2 beta. How are we feeling? We'll start off with Silly Willy. Silly Willy, what are you feeling?
My thoughts are Dice's comment, which is no, I need answers. WTF does that clip have to do with Overwatch?
We can't explain that to you. If you don't know, you don't know.
Is that
I'm
the
sorry.
hamster dude?
That's the new deal. That's the new DLC character.
Like the hamster dude? Yes.
Shrimpman.
Right.
Crustacean. No, my thoughts legitimately are, this is an unprecedented move, but not unsurprising. Fortunate as that may be, there's a give and take with the free, so their argument could easily just as easily be, well, calendar. I still think it's kind of bullshit that they're like a copy of it, but I don't have a copy myself. Never, I'm not totally. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, you guys better do some way more. Like the infrastructure better be like twice as good than. I don't know if anybody's gonna stop playing. More of a joke than
All right, and Nova Knox.
See, as someone who's again only recently got into Overwatch, there is still a lot of things that I'm learning about the game. So for me, it wouldn't really be a case of losing anything that I've become familiar with. It would just be, well, I guess in a way it would be like learning a new game, because there'd be, the characters will have changed quite a bit from what I would have got used to. I don't think there's going to be anything in there that I will miss exactly, but even so, it's not going to stop me from getting the game. Let's just say that.
But you are still gonna. Well, I mean,
I will more than.
are you
likely
gonna get the single player though?
Probably not.
Wait, so you're gonna get what everybody's probably getting. This is a free version to try it out.
Which is the free version, yeah.
Assuming that there is some form of a paid version of the single player content. I'm not saying it won't. I'm not saying it won't be. I'm not gonna die on that hill. But we're
at this point, it's only rumors. We can't really speculate what's actually going to be paid and what's not.
I was about to say definitely speculative. And then my final thoughts on it are, I'm cool with it, man. Like I'm playing the beta right now, having a lot of fun playing. I think the new characters are dope. I kind of like when characters are a little bit OP at the beginning, because you can always nerf an OP character, but it's hard to like buff a character that's not that great to begin with. So and then the promise of new characters, the fact that they're listening to the community about like the support class, and about what people really want to see in games. Like you can tell that they're like really listening to the Overwatch community and trying to make the best experience possible for their players. So and trying to be innovative in terms of the game. So those are my final thoughts. And speaking of final thoughts, or not speaking of final thoughts, because we're talking about the final update of, well, not final, but the next update of Raft. Is the final update of Raft. Okay. So Will, why don't you take this one away first, because this is your area of expertise.
I'm actually gonna allow Nova to, as somebody that has actually played Raft. But basically, what is happening, and Nova, please by all means, cut in and back with. We continue. Anyway, so basically, Raft has been in, what is it, early access this entire time?
Yeah.
And basically, as any sort of long duration kind of project of early access, it's finally like they've finally reached, like, okay, no, we're kind of happy to find a product. And this new update includes a bunch of new locations, and I think it helps. I think it fleshes out some story element or something. But Nova, by all means, what
So I haven't had a chance to play the new update of Raft, but I know a lot of people who have gone onto it and enjoyed it thoroughly. Basically, what they've kind of added is just like more to the story that was already there. They've added more locations, more enemies to go against in those locations. As far as I'm aware, it's literally just adding to the content that was already there.
Okay. Sure. So, are you? I mean, is it a free update? Are you gonna be?
It is a free update. Yeah. I have already updated mine. Obviously, Raft is a paid game itself. So once you've already got Raft, I think the update is free and comes with it. I have it updated. It is ready to play, but I haven't found the time to actually get onto it and play it yet.
I'm just upset.
So is Raft basically like water Minecraft?
Water mine.
It's kind of like a survival game. So you basically load into the game. You are on a tiny little raft. You have to create things to store water. Obviously, you can't drink the salt water because then you get more dehydrated. So you have to create ways of getting fresh water. You go onto the different islands, you find food, you forest for things like seeds. I think you get like watermelons, pineapples, and you can then get the seeds from them and then plant them whilst you're on the raft. You create like little compost areas.
Time out. So if I can find islands, why would I get back on this raft?
That's what I was about to say.
like I'm upset. Why do I have to live on a raft? Look at this. Look, my man got this big ass raft. Where are you going?
I know he clearly needs some walls because like the water is just splashing this dude on his. My man's toes are soaked right now.
I mean, clearly it's a self-irrigating system.
Now he's making parts in his
I mean,
raft.
I don't know. Like, I can respect it. Like, what if on all the islands there's wildlife that could eat?
I will fight you on the fact that it's 100% more dangerous to live the life he's living than on one of these islands.
I mean, I get that this is a beginner raft, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, my man doesn't even have walls. Like, how do you even sleep?
See, funnily enough, at this point, it's not actually a beginner raft. When you start out, you literally have like a 4x4 raft. You start with next to nothing. You end up like having a hook, or at the beginning, I don't even think you have a hook. You have to literally fish for things out of the water to then craft things like a hook, which you can then fish things out of the water with.
I don't know.
You
man.
gotta use
Between living on that island, and that raft, I
choose the raft.
I might choose. The raft.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I choose the island.
I choose the island. I'll choose Rock Island any day of the week. Like you would be waterlogged at this point. Like.
I just.
So
Island
what?
looks too safe.
Yes. So what are the updates? You know what I mean?
I believe they've added 3 new locations, which continues on with the story that was already there. And they've added more things to go against, like there's now like polar bears and stuff like that. Basically, the maps that they've added are bigger than any other map that's on there at the moment.
Oh, dope.
Just
I mean, this game does look
maps.
like it's fun though. Like,
It is a really good game. It is a really good game. If you like your survival games, it is one of the ones that is a good pickup.
I'm still calling this water Minecraft. This feels very like Minecraft.
In a way, you're not wrong.
I will give it up that the UI does not.
But there is a main story behind it. You find all the different islands and you
So
retrieve.
there's reason to. Okay, so.
Yeah, there is a small reason. It's one of those kind of like story modes that you have to play more and search around for to actually find the story mode of.
It's like the final boss, like Minecraft Steve.
Another thing that just hit me is, if this man has the engineering know-how to create this type of raft and stoves and such, why doesn't he just turn his raft into a boat? I mean,
maybe that's like the point. Maybe you do turn it into a boat.
This is not a boat. This looks like a bigger raft. Nothing like a boat.
Because otherwise they'd have to call it boat, and I don't think you can do that.
I think Little Yachty might sue too.
Well, eventually, at some point in the story, the more you go through the story, you find like instructions on how to improve your raft, and you do actually at some point manage to make an actual like turbine for your raft to actually
I can make a turbine for my raft, but I cannot make a boat.
Well,
like
okay, well, hold on a second. To be
It
clear,
boat.
this is technically a boat. All he needs to do is
No,
add a
this is
roof.
not a boat. This is a big ass raft. That's
He needs to this person needs to just add a roof to their raft, and good to go.
He don't even got like the fucking
Balls. Like, but like, hold on, wait.
But
Do
the
we
fact
know
that you
the
can
difference
build
between a
those is
boat
proof
and a raft?
that this person just has a huge
boat
affinity
has
for
walls.
large open like planks of wood space as opposed to along the ocean. but you can, it seems like, actually build yourself like a houseboat. Right? Like,
Mm-hmm. You can build like
this person
higher
just has
up in there. You
this
can build
very
like a
large-
2-story little area that you make.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so the whole point of the difference between a boat and a raft is literally the fact that a raft is flat. It's the entire purpose. So it doesn't have like sidewalls. No, this is a flat
pontoon
thing.
boat. There you go.
I think the purpose for calling it
That
raft is.
That's right.
I think the purpose for calling it raft is because at the very beginning you do actually start on a raft. You start on a 4x4 raft, and it's your job to go through the story and
Much bigger than four.
I fully
make a bigger
understand it.
raft.
It just seems you exactly get a bigger raft. Oh God, all right. Now I'm more interested because I just let me DLC would have been let me build a boat.
You're just
In
very
game.
upset by the fact that it has to be a raft. Like, do you have something against rafts specifically?
I'm upset that I'm confined to the peasantry of just the raft. I can't upgrade into the big boy of life that is a boat.
I was that guy we had to spend like 10 to 15 minutes just to crave, like to satisfy Killam's like urges to just talk about shit.
Y'all never seen a freaking pontoon? It's a pontoon boat.
Look, he gotta fight sharks. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look,
So-
I'm on your side, Dice. I happen to think that this. I don't know if this actually qualifies as a raft anymore.
Yes, it did.
But also, what if the guy doesn't? What if this person doesn't know how to build a boat? Know how much like wood that would require?
No. You don't get to tell me you don't know how to build a boat. He has a stove on top of a raft. No.
That's kind of true.
He knows how to... Bullshit, that's not a
Right,
stove.
right. But he would.
No,
but
it's
this-
a
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. No.
it's a furnace.
Ah, see, there
So
you
what,
go.
what you do is you what you do is you mine ore and then you smelt it and you create metal, which is then what you can improve your raft with.
You not helping him. He can build a whole furnace. He can build a boat. I'm not hearing that.
Also, I just looked up a pontoon boat. I don't know if this is by definition a pontoon boat unless we see under the raft and that there are actual, like basically like fins underneath the raft. Actually, whatever the section is right here, no, they don't. That is a raft. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anything below it. So
Look, wait.
I know
Oh,
nautical expert Dice, which is out here talking about it's a pontoon boat. It is not.
10 out of 10. Right?
Okay, but hold on 1 second. Let's be clear about one thing. The difference between those two things is basically floaties or rafts.
Yeah.
Which, at the end of the day, you're still just on a bunch of floaties and a plank of wood. There's no curve to the shape. It's just a large surface area.
I disagree. At least I got floaties.
I'm just saying, like she went real hard in like the correction of it's a pontoon boat, and it wasn't. It's not.
A pontoon boat apparently still classifies as boat. So no, bro.
Dice said, I just appreciate the fact that you put effort in that.
Well, is a raft not?
No, it's a raft.
A raft and a boat is just the thing. And now, okay, are we done with the raft boat thing? We got it. It's a raft. Malik, are you satisfied?
It says here that just to piss off Malik, it is by definition.
Oh my God.
See, I told you, he just sucks you in, man. It just happens every time. We didn't talk about nonsense.
He
We
really
talked
does look for it too. He's like, he waits for the 1 second. He's just like, and it's the second he says, I just can't get over the fact. That's when you know that he's launching into some real specific concept.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
know,
what your significant other says. I just think it's funny that.
yeah. Oh, Dice is explaining the wonderful world of rafts. Rafts come in many forms, from soft and squishy to wooden and permanent. Like the rafts built on lakes for swimmers to rest on and dive off. Other rafts are mobile. They're small, flat boats meant for transporting people or goods from across the river. For example, if you raft, you travel by raft. The definition of a raft. A raft is a boat.
It just said if you raft, you travel by raft. I'm not hearing it.
It says they're small, flat boats meant for.
Small. The sentence ends with if you raft, it's a raft.
All right, so level of hype for raft.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
You're not gonna
all
tell
right.
me I'm not gonna build a boat. I'm gonna find a way to build a fucking boat.
A guy's gonna like learn how to install mods just so that he can build a boat and raft.
Yeah, I already know how to install mods.
Wait, look,
So-
no, right there. Those are floaties. Look at that.
Nope. All right.
Wait, where? Hold on. I don't even think. Hold up.
Positive.
No, it says a shark.
Right there.
No, those are parts of the wood underneath the raft.
What?
And those are like if you look at a pontoon boat, like it is a very defined like.
I'm just
setup.
saying, we're talking about pieces of wood being suspended by flotation devices. That's what these are. They're gas tanks.
They are
but-
like plastic canisters. So
but-
basically,
but-
when you make more floor on the raft, it does cost plastic. So you mine for wood and plastic, and
Thus-
to make another piece of floor, you have to use plastic and wood.
Nova, I'm gonna really need you to pick a side, Nova. You either with me or against me. A raft is a raft, not a boat. All right.
I've played the game. I know it's a raft, but it's a boat
Okay,
looking
then
raft.
you with me. Nova is on the side of this is not a boat.
I think Nova was talking about the fact that not Nova. Dice was talking about the point of it being a pond. Or no, Willie was saying it was a pontoon boat, which it is not. It does not have pontoons. But
I like to
anyway,
see you try. Dice.
No, I was writing solely off of Malik's rubbish definition of I don't see any flotation device.
oh wow, he just made that up. There's no point to his argument. I don't know why. Okay. Anyway,
But I'm
my,
winning.
No,
So,
level of hype from Kai.
rafts out of 10.
Right. Level of hype from Nova, even though you own it and are picking up
I mean, I've played it before. I mean, I'm probably more than likely going to end up playing the new update, so it's 10 for me.
10. Alright, and for me, I give it Rafters of
And we don't care about Kill 'em Slowly's response. So moving on
Well, he
to
gave
the
it
last.
10 out of 10.
Moving on to the last section, we got some Sonic the Hedgehog.
This is
movies.
the wrong Sonic the Hedgehog. God damn it.
Yeah. We could probably leave it in the B5.
You know what? That's
Let's get those copyright strikes popping. No, I'm playing.
It's a whole trailer. That's what they put up. This is what they put up. You gonna strike us for your own trailer? That's wonderful.
So some new news has come out. More so a confirmation that Michael Jackson was in fact confirmed on the creation of the music from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And for those that are kind of out of the know, this was like a big thing for a while in the Sonic world anyway, that Michael Jackson had denied for years that he had any involvement with like the current iteration of Sonic the Hedgehog, or with Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and that basically there's two sides of the story. Sega says that they cut off ties with Michael Jackson because of the fact that he had the allegations about, you know, a child doinking and all this other crazy stuff, and then Michael Jackson said it was because he didn't like the way that the music was coming out, so they officially like parted ways. And so long story short, Yuji Naka, one of the original producers of Sonic the Hedgehog, has all but confirmed that Sonic the Hedgehog was in fact written by Michael Jackson for the most part. We'll start off with Malik. How do you feel about this information?
I think that's wild. I don't know, man. Personally, if I had worked on the music for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, I'd have been telling everybody.
It's a banger playlist.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I don't know how quickly we are with this music, Will, but if you could get that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 music going, man, we'd be in good business. Nova, how about you? I know this is news to you.
It is very much news to me. I had no idea, and now I feel like I should be doing the mill walk whenever I hear the Sonic music.
Careful, we're gonna hold that to you.
It is like that music is legitimately Bobby.
Yes. Yes.
I feel like it's quite a cool little thing actually. It gives it like a little bit of an edge.
That Michael Jackson goodness on there. And what about you, Will? How do you feel about the King of Pop being involved with the fastest thing alive?
I don't. I suppose I can respect his opinion on like if you didn't like the direction it's heading, that you're like nah, like it doesn't matter if it turns out. I don't personally understand it, but I understand like having to do. But that's kind of crazy though if it's true. Like, kind of like why didn't you like? Was it really like what didn't you like about it?
Well, yeah, that was the argument. Was, you know, there's one part where they say like, oh, this could have happened because of the allegations that were against Michael Jackson, and then Michael Jackson could have just been countering. You know what I mean? Like in order to like kind of clear his name at that time. You know what I mean? Because it's like, hey, like, you know, you're in the middle of like, remember he was in active court cases while all this was going on. Yeah. So like, you know, like somebody coming out and like openly disavowing you. You know what I mean? Like in the middle of it, you know, would not make for good press, especially coming from like a child's company, which where most of his allegations came from, were from children. But that being said, the Sonic the Hedgehog 3, in terms of like old school 16-bit video game BGMs, is probably one of the greatest BGMs like of all time. In terms of like how people received it. Memorability, it's right up there with like, you know, Mario 1, you know, the ba 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 ba. You know what I mean? Like it's a classic for sure, and the game itself is really fun as well. What do you think, Malik?
Personally, I mean, I feel like we're at a point in time where it shouldn't really matter what they were going through at that point in time. Like if they want to be like, yeah, he was working on it now, it should be like, oh, nice, good to know. Like I don't know, man.
I think it's interesting because like the more and more I listen to it after the fact, the more and more I can hear Michael Jackson on it. It was like, because like this was rumored. This has always been in the rumor mills. Like it's for decades it's been in the rumor mills that Michael Jackson was a part of the Sonic 3 game. But you know, like from that point, like, and I started listening to the track list like from there. I was like, yeah, this is 100%. It's like 100% like Michael Jackson influence, and it's kind of hard to deny, actually. This was also the Sonic game. Sonic 3 was the double cartridge game, if you guys remember from way back in the day. So Sonic 3 basically had a cartridge where you could stick another cartridge over top of it, and it would alter the games that you had specifically for Sonic.
Game Shark. What would become Game Shark?
Yeah, it definitely had the Game Shark type feel. Basically, like, so if you plugged in Sonic 1 over the Sonic 3 disc, you actually play as Knuckles on Sonic 1. It was really cool. And the same thing with Sonic 2, and I think there was another one that you could do that with as well, which gave like a whole like new life into this game, and was a technique that was never copied again. People were like sticking a cartridge on top of another cartridge. Besides for Game Shark, that was pretty much, games were just like, nah, we're good on that, fam.
I'll be honest with you, for a second there I was like, oh, that's a really cool idea. I wonder if they... No, that would be a terrible idea. I want to have to run 2 programs. Like, what?
It worked good for this game, though.
It it saved them in the moment, but it was a hell of a Hail Mary.
If you could take like an old school game and you could think of, say, like an artist or a band, to really bring it to life more, is there any people that you guys would think of? I would really love to see, like, for example, I would love to see like a Wu-Tang Clan on like Toe Jam and Earl, if you remember that game. I think they fit that. I think they fit that aesthetic so well that it would be like far-fetched to see like the RZA on on Toe Jam and Earl.
Is anybody else oddly mesmerized by this?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna. Like, I had a feeling I was gonna be called on in a second. I just wanted to be like, I gotta put it out there. I am completely sucked into what I am watching right now.
Yeah, I am.
Have you guys never played Sonic 3?
Yeah, I've played Sonic 3.
I've seen this gameplay, but I don't know. I'm just like, it always is just like, I don't know if it's just like a nostalgia thing or just like trance.
It is entrancing. I will give it that. Like, it definitely has a, like, this was
Right,
like
Dice?
this was
So satisfying. This guy is also like nailing it, I feel like, and I was just like, ooh, yeah, this is like, wow, this is like an oddly satisfying thing to watch.
Dude, I was like, that part right there, these little secret worlds where you get the Chaos Emeralds, is so hard after like the third level. Like, so like right now you just finished the first one. After like the third level, it gets like so ridiculous. And then the music kind of gets stuck in your head too. Like,
I have to agree with you though. I do think that they're like especially in the music when you were commenting on it, like you could easily hear MJ's. It was just like, it was like 100% like, oh dude, I definitely. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
yeah, like it's definitely there. Like, once you actually start playing it like back to back, it's like it's so obvious, and it's like, and so for him, he's like, no, stop it! I wasn't a part of Sonic. Who's Sonic anyway? No. You know what I mean?
A fun fact, I have never actually played this particular Sonic. It came out in 1994, and I was born in 1996.
Oh yeah, you're a child of God, Noah.
Yep.
Other time I could.
Are you have you what's your experience like with retro games anyway? I guess that's what these are now.
Yeah. I think the games that I played.
Nice.
The games that I played are more like the old Spyro games, Crash Bandicoot. I did play a few of the Sonic games, but they were like more of the newer ones at that time. So it was like Sonic Heroes, stuff like that.
So you've actually never experienced like a classic like Sega Sonic before?
No, not a classic. No.
Wow. Oh, I would highly suggest getting Sonic. Well, no, because Sonic Mania was a bust, but there are plenty of like Sega classics that you can get out there. Man, when I tell you, these games are actually pretty fun to play. Like,
I mean, I fully accept. I actually, it's the way that the game like works by itself. Like, again, this may fall under the category of games that I need to give another try now that I've kind of heard a bit. Because every single time I tried it before, not that I didn't enjoy it, I don't know, I wasn't good at it. I just kind of didn't finally.
I don't know. These things were addictive to me as a kid.
oh yeah, like
Oh yeah, sure.
OG Sonic. I mean, they're pick up and play, very easy to understand. You know, fun games. Did you guys not play like Mario, like any of the original Marios either?
No, I didn't play any of the original Mario.
I played.
Ooh.
I played it.
Like that.
I didn't play
Yeah,
the.
I played some Mario games.
Yeah.
I played. I don't
Wait, you never played the original Mario before? Wow, this is like a new generation of gamer. I gotta remember
Well, I
that.
mean, like, okay, hold on, no. Hold on, yes I have. Oh god, that was a long time ago. I never played it through, but I have played it.
Yeah.
But there was, I played it at a summer.
Dice is also saying she never played a single Mario game before.
Don't like
Fight
I mean,
me.
I don't know if we're gonna be that violent, Dice. But
Yeah, this is why you need to play Mario. Too much fun.
you need to go step on the heads of your enemies and crush them with underneath your boots.
Too much Doom guy.
Wow. Okay. So I mean, so listen, guys. I know old games, they're old, but like,
Well,
when I tell you, like,
also understand that, like, you know, I mean, today it's just as easy as like literally Googling it, and you can find a copy of something. I don't know. And but
yeah, and Sonic
you
is
can't
like
just
one of
like
the most
have
like.
an Atari or like, you know, what? Not an Atari. Was it on Atari?
This was on I mean, shit, you got emulators now, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
literally-
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
shit. There's emulators that there are browser-based emulators now. That to me was the craziest shit in the world. When I found out there was like browser-based, like I don't even have to download it. It's just.
I'll be honest with you, when those first came out, I remember that too, and I was just like, damn, that's like, that's kind of freaking nuts that you just like load up this webpage and you're playing a bit like. If there was ever a picturesque moment of like the kind of equivalent of like, you know, the whole thing about like, oh, it you know, the computer that got the people up to the moon is like a fraction of what's capable of like today's computer power and in your if there was ever like a picturesque representing moment of like, damn, we've come a long way with technology, is when I could play an old school game fully on the internet.
Yeah, no download, no nothing. Yeah, like I know, about a couple months ago on my channel, I was doing like some of the Mega Man series. We got to do Mega Man X1 and X2 all on the channel, which was like really fun for me to like go back to and play again.
But I want to play again. Speaking of Mega Man.
What? I mean, Battle Network is fun. I agree with that. Like, but I don't know.
I'm far.
Man, this should be, man. You should stream one of these, Will, especially since you can get it for like either free or extremely cheap. Like
at
a Sonic.
at the very least, I should attempt a browser-based.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I feel like you really can't go wrong between the Sonics and the Marios. You know what I mean? Like, those games are just inherently addictive by nature. So, like, yeah.
Wasn't the first one? Or no, sorry, that was the first. Or wait, what was? How did it work? The first one.
The first game was officially Donkey Kong. And
That's what. Okay.
Yeah, that was Jumpman and Donkey Kong. It wasn't called
Donkey
yeah,
Kong.
yeah, it didn't have a name. They just called him Jumpman. So it's
Nice.
That's what we've come down to at this point. And then after that, you know, you had like 3 other ones: Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3, and then finally like a Mario game came out for this Nintendo Entertainment System. That was like the order it went in. But yeah, you're right. Donkey Kong did precede Mario by a bit. Ironically. And I know a fact now.
Today,
but I wouldn't concern yourself. I would start with like the NES or the Super NES, like Mario or like a Sonic. You know what I mean?
All right, you heard it here first, folks. Anybody that has a spare
the entire NES system. I want it now.
send it to the following PO.
All right. That being said, that brings us to our final topic. Let's get some final thoughts on Michael Jackson. He and his way into Sonic 3-3.
I thought we did that already.
We didn't get final thoughts on it, and just Sonic as a whole, or old school.
He. There you go. That's all I got.
So I'm sure you feel similarly.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just put it in the chat.
Arizona. All right. That's not how the United States works, but okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
All right. I'm sorry. What was your question?
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts on this are no, cool. Makes me kind of want to go play a Sonic game now. All right, let's go do it.
Cool. I want to play Sonic now.
Michael Jackson's in Sonic. I gotta hear this.
Oh boy.
And do we get Nova already?
Yeah.
Look at him again.
No, for now you definitely go.
No, I think it's pretty cool.
All right.
All right.
And I'll say, like, for me personally, like, yeah, it's nice to have some like confirmation of it. Fun times. Sounds like a fun game, and you should go play it. Amen. That being said, I want to say special thanks. We got a couple of small announcements to make.
Are we doing that this week? Or,
Yeah, for sure. Because next week is our, you know what I mean. So we have to.
Okay.
So we are happy that you guys are stuck with us all the way through this process. We're going to be doing. All right. So now that we have our flag a waving, the important news that we got coming up is that we're going to be having some major changes to the podcast over the next coming weeks. Starting specifically as of next week will be our kind of our farewell podcast in terms of doing them on Twitch as a whole. We will
It's
still
really
be
good
doing.
that you said that in that string of thought as you did, because I was gonna be like, it's not actually the end of the podcast. Just
Yeah. Basically what that means is we're gonna be moving over pretty much to YouTube entirely. We'll be using this as a point of communication for people who want to see us do the try takeovers, as well as special events like subathons. We'll still be doing all that here as well, but the primary form of the content will be coming from the YouTube page. So make sure you're following the YouTube page as well. Anything you guys want to add to that?
No, not really. To be honest, I mean, because the reason why we're doing this is essentially a part of something bigger that I think we should probably just still keep under wraps for now until we actually like go out and do it. But
100%,
Oh yeah, no doubt.
without a doubt, without a doubt in my
So-
mind.
I do want to say thanks, peeps, for supporting the live stream so far. We definitely appreciate you guys, and it's not like we're gonna stop doing the live streams forever. We will come back eventually.
No, and yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't mean. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut.
It's fine. My thought was finished.
So just to be clear, this does not mean that the no way a goodbye. This is a hold on, give us a second. We're gonna try something cool, or we're gonna try something we hope is gonna. We're still doing takeovers. We'll still be doing stuff on the Twitch page. We're still gonna be podcasts and all that kind of stuff. And there is still lots of entertaining things coming down the pipeline. However, don't want to give any definite. So, but nonetheless, I am. You had better have a secret tunnel button on YouTube. That's one of the things that we're gonna have to figure out a way to translate, or you'll just have to fill out during our takeover. But again, those aren't going away. I still have plenty of this. Kai is not gonna stop playing.
Yeah.
The actual upside of this is that we may actually be getting some. I don't want to say his actual name right now, but let's just put it. let's just say it's the one of us that doesn't necessarily stream ever.
It rhymes with Willem Foley.
Damn, guys, I really want to know who it is.
This is a Scooby-Doo mystery, man. And also I wanted to add, we got our first convention that we're going to be attending coming up, courtesy of the good folks, Cortez over at the Team Nowhere have invited us out to the Washington DC Convention Center, July the 22nd and the 23rd, called TCon. So
yes, tis right, very exciting news. How we get content to is TBD. But know that there will be excellent, dank content arriving to your place soon.
yeah,
I have no idea what that means. Everything he's saying is backed up by him in that moment.
Is technically true. Just very vague.
and the so we'll get you some more information if you want to. Make sure you're in the Discord as well, so we can like keep you up to date as best we can. Like we said, if you're in the Washington DC area anytime between the 22nd and 23rd, we will be there and we will be doing a whole bunch of cool stuff. I know we've got musical stuff planned. I know people got games planned, and it's a whole convention to check out. So there'll be other people doing plenty of other things as well, with some mini celebrities gonna be there. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good time.
So, just to clarify something, guys. This is not necessarily just a week. This is we're going on a very minor podcast hiatus, but also not really. It's just because the format is going to change. It's definitely not going to be like consistent starting in a week. But yes, asterisk time off, asterisk soon, asterisk.
Yeah, and
Twitch cheating on us, so we think it's best we go on a break.
we're just moving. We're just moving the podcast.
You
We're
can't
just
add eating into the mix when you're already like 10 feet away from the mic. Like, come on now, man.
Oh my god.
But I think that pretty much covers it for the announcements, right, guys?
We got one more.
The Try would like to wish a formal, happy former / extended Pride Month. All of our LGBT friends and
Hey man, happy Pride. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. And, oh, that's it. At least in terms of announcements.
All right, well let's get ready to raid. Let's get ready to raid on out. We got Thick Succubus online right now. We got Snoopy on right now.
Damn. Get ready to Ethan.
What's up?
down for
is
that.
he?
We haven't rated him in a minute.
Also, he's coming through, I believe.
Oh, word.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
Ethan.
well then let's go raid somebody that will be probably joining us. Hope I'd actually like. I really hope he does. Cause I'd like to meet him.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go show him some love, guys. Let's put the rate.
Yep, I got you. Let's get some goodbyes out of here.
Yes.
My name is High Fly Guy Kai. We're signing out. Moving on to Kill 'em Slowly.
You know, it's me, your boy. Peace out. Thank you for joining us tonight.
And I am silly_Willie T. And finally, last but not least, a huge shout out to Mr. Novanox TV. And give a proper outro. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to be here and talk about some fabulous games that are upcoming and have been out for a long time. Yes, thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Half our votes.
I disagree with both of those statements.
Well. On that,
Amen.
That wonderful. Guys, stay tuned for upcoming content from this page and from the side of things. Those are. Be sure to check out this fantastic right up here. Timing of this all could not have been better. Be sure to show Ethan some love, and oh, one more thing, don't forget to just kidding.
I'm about to say that was the end of the race.
Oh my god.
He's jigging right now. Oh. He always shouts me out. It's always funny. I was like,
I was just gonna say, is it harder? Enter the